impossible.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Notre Dame Primetime Live. I am your host, Ryan Fravel. With my co-host, Ben. Sean will be joining us here momentarily. We are back just in time for the first CFP rankings to officially drop tonight. We will be giving you guys a live reaction to that, our thoughts. Ben, how are you doing, man?
Good, we did our predictions. Hopefully we get that up before they release it. I don't remember what time they're releasing it, if it's at 8:30 or 8:45. I've said it. If we're in 12, we're gonna make the playoffs. If we're at 14, we got work to do. But if 15, that's my okay, season's over at 15 unless something magical happens. And I think that's where we're gonna deal with today. We're gonna be talking about where does Notre Dame get ranked. We're gonna be talking about that a lot. We're not gonna like the outcome. I already know it. I'm gonna be fucking wrong. We'll probably get fucking put at fucking 13. It's gonna be one of those things where well, fuck, I gotta find 2 more teams to eliminate.
Yeah. I'm kind
supposedly
of
it got leaked. I don't know how true that is.
Well,
supposedly the bracket got leaked. The projected bracket. Yeah.
Oh, well.
But the bracket that is released has both Notre Dame and Miami in the playoffs.
Ooh. Which would be kind of crazy, yeah. But all right, so we can get this start doing this before they release their rankings. We'll go ahead and put ours up here. I'll start with mine first, and then we'll go to Ben's here in a second. I think you and me are kind of in the same boat. I think you have Notre Dame at 12. I have Notre Dame at 10, but I have them sliding down because of the ACC champion. I think you had Louisville winning the ACC in yours, but overall, if this is my bracket, what I would have if the season ended today. What are your thoughts on? Obviously, it doesn't matter, but your thoughts on these potential matchups in this bracket in general?
I think that we are going to see the closest game. The Virginia BYU will be good. If this was the bracket, let's say if it started today and they were playing games in 2 weeks, Virginia BYU would be a good game. Virginia, a really good run team against BYU, who's a very nitty gritty, ground and pound, bend don't break type of team. Then Ole Miss Notre Dame would be a good matchup. Oregon Texas Tech would be a murder. Oregon would beat Texas Tech by 30. And then Memphis Georgia. I don't think Memphis is good. I don't think USF is good. I don't think North Texas is good. I don't think anyone in the American's good enough to make it. And you'll see that with my prediction. What I think they'll rank them. I agree with Alabama probably not winning the SEC championship. I just don't know if Alabama. It's got to be one of those things where if Alabama does it, it's expected. But if they don't do it, it wouldn't shock me. I don't have A&M at 1. I don't think A&M will ever reach 1 just because of the bias towards defending national champs. And I agree. I think IU goes down to 3 in the CFP rankings.
What do you think about if this was the bracket?
Sean's in the queue. Can you bring him up?
Yeah, I got him. If this was the bracket, who would you have the matchups be all the way to the Natty?
I would say Georgia beats Alabama in the rematch. A&M beats Oregon. IU beats Notre Dame. And then I think BYU loses to Ohio State, and then I'd have Ohio State losing to IU, and then A&M beating Georgia, and then it's IU A&M. I think A&M wins the Natty.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, they're actively racing the bracket as we speak.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Tennessee came in at 25. Pitt at 24. Okay. Holy shit! It's at 24!
Pitt is ranked.
Wait, can you put the rankings on the screen so I can?
I
thought
can't
we were
because
live.
Here, do you want me to
We
share
are.
my screen? I can pull up ESPN.
I don't think we can because of the copyright.
Oh fuck,
I don't know
that's
how
true.
to.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give
Yeah.
live reactions. Okay, Pitt's 24, Tennessee's 25, Washington 23. Okay, you want to go to mine, Brian?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and go to yours. And then we can so we can get this out of the way.
Well,
John didn't want to. Missouri 22.
I want to see
John,
this. Like, this is
John didn't
frustrating.
want to. John
I
didn't
Now I
want
can't pull up YouTube TV on my fucking phone. Hold on.
to download the ESPN app.
I have the ESPN app.
All right. So this is Ben's. Kind of explain your thought process behind this.
Michigan's at 21.
Michigan.
That means
So
USC is at 20.
Yep. So JMU, I have JMU as the best Group 5 team. I think they're really good. I think that if Louisville makes it, I think JMU makes it. I have Louisville winning the ACC. I think Louisville is also pretty good. I do though. I think I messed this up. I wanted to have Louisville be where Virginia is. I wanted Virginia to be the 11th seed, but I wasn't paying attention when I was making my. This is what I think Louisville beats Virginia, but I think they're going to rank Virginia above. Is why I did here. But in the actual matchup, I would switch Louisville and Virginia because I think Louisville beats Virginia in the ACC championship. Oregon, I think Oregon falls. Oregon's resume is just not good. Iowa's at 20. Oregon's resume right now is just not good. Like it's going to get better. They're going to play Iowa. They're going to play USC. Iowa's ranked 20. USC has to be in the top 25. I'm assuming USC is going to be 19. I'll find out here in a second. Ole Miss, we have them finishing the same spot. We both think they'll finish 6. That seems like a nice spot for them to finish. And then BYU, I think they'll get a home game for winning the Big 12.
Yeah.
I think. And then I have basically the same you have. I have A&M going to 2 and IU falling to 3. Actually, no, I have IU falling to 4.
Yeah. So
All right,
Miami, USC and
I have IU falling
Miami.
to 3. Never mind. I can't read.
Miami fell all the way to 18.
USC's at
They're
19.
18 right now?
And Miami's 18. We're not. We are in front of.
Yep.
We are in front of Miami. Hold on a minute. Ari.
Ari.
Side.
Come inside, Ari.
I thought Notre Dame had to be behind Miami.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Utah scare me right now. They have yet to be ranked. That means UC probably got fucked in these polls, but it's fine.
As we have 2 Seans now. Somehow.
I used my phone instead of my computer.
Georgia Tech
so I can watch
17.
this.
So we're above Georgia Tech.
So we're above Georgia 16. Tech. Vandy. Yeah. All right.
Okay,
let's go ahead.
Pull up my prediction.
This is the big spot here. I said 15. Our season's over.
Yep. So I'll kind of just go through. So.
You want to glide down a little bit there? You want to glide down a little bit?
What do you mean? Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
15's Louisville, 14's Virginia. I think we have to be in the
playoffs.
I think we have to be in the top 12. Utah is 13.
Bro, we're in the top 10. We're in the top 10.
Bro,
you're ahead of me, Sean. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna take off the headphones so I can be surprised.
Hold on a second. Let's just do this reaction first, because this is something. I can hear you.
Oh, that means you know who's going to be 12.
No, wait, hold on. Now I can't hear you. Now I can't hear you.
1 second. Let me mute.
Man.
Did they?
Oh my God. We got Oklahoma at 12.
They have Texas at 11?
What? No, Sean, hold on. You're ahead, so just chill a little bit. By the way, Ben, we can't hear you if you're talking. We can't hear you, Ben.
guys are having a side conversation during this.
Dude, we're gonna be top 10. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, I put the headset back on. You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
So we're
Hold
at
on,
least
let's try
10.
Yeah. Dude,
10.
that's so good for us.
Oh my God, we're gonna make the playoffs. Just win out.
Yeah, dude, no. They are
Time to talk my shit.
oh dude. We are in such a good spot. Like legitimately, we are in a great spot right now. We could like it's still a long shot. Yes, we lost John. It's still a long shot, but we could host a first round game. We
I
legitimately
don't
could.
give a shit about hosting. I said
But
after the Texas game, if our goal is to host, then we just give up on the season.
No, but I'm saying like the fact that it's even remotely a possibility is crazy. So now they have Oregon. They have Oregon ahead of us, which I think that speaks volumes. Like Oregon's only one spot ahead. If Oregon loses to Iowa this weekend, which Oregon has a really brutal schedule to finish the season, for Big Ten at least for Big Ten standards, this could get very interesting.
Oregon's 9.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
Bro, what did I tell you about Oregon? Holy shit! Wait, that means BYU and Texas Tech is 8 and 7, right?
Wait, who?
The
BYU?
Texas Tech.
Yeah,
But wait, what's Texas Tech?
I don't know. They haven't. They're still
I don't
stuck
think
on.
they announced it. Yeah, I think Texas Tech. Well, it'd be 7 and 8. Bro, they're showing that the resumes matter.
Yeah. And I think I'll be honest. I think part of why we're getting so much love is because of the Texas A&M loss. They were just talking about it on the show.
Well, no, but like you gotta realistically look at it. Like Texas A&M, by 1 point, is our best loss. Texas A&M has dominated. Well, at least beating teams by more than 1 point. I know he played close with Arkansas, but they have really beat the shit out of other teams they've played.
Yeah. And people will knock that. Like people tried knocking LSU. That LSU win. I still think LSU is like a good football team. I just don't think they're like a
I think
top
them
20
score.
team.
Yeah, Texas Tech's 8. I think them scoring that many points against the LSU team really shows a lot.
Like that's a good LSU defense,
Yeah.
and they ran through them like a red light. Um, I just find it. I was right. I mean, I had Notre Dame at 10. Now I had them kind of pushed down because the ACC champ, but which you kind of have to keep that in mind because what Louisville is the highest ranked ACC team. Or
Well, if Virginia right now, and I said it, the only way we're not ranked, the only way we're not in there is if we're ranked at 11 come the selection day. Ole Miss is 6. Okay, I was right there. BYU 7, Texas Tech 8.
So does that means that Texas Tech, BYU, whoever loses that game drops behind us. Oregon loses to Iowa, they drop behind.
Oregon's not losing to Iowa, but yes.
You don't think so?
No. That's one of those fake out trap games that we talk about a lot. But yeah.
Wow.
Did we have anything else? Did we have anything else scheduled for today?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the BC game. And
Okay, I was making sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kind of see.
Let's
So
I didn't see you post anything.
yeah, so they have A&M at 3. So I'm guessing they have Ohio State 1, Indiana 2. Yeah. That's chalk. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
didn't
wait,
think they'd have the
well,
balls to put Texas A&M 1 or IU 1. So
Yeah. Well, they were gonna rank Ohio State 1 no matter what. Like defending national champs, they haven't lost a game yet. They were gonna do it. I want to say I want to really. I'm gonna pay attention. Don't you spoil it for me because my JMU prediction might be right. Don't say a single thing. My JMU. Where's Sean go?
I don't know. I don't know if he crashed or what.
It's still. Yeah, I use number 2. I want to see where they put JMU on the board. Or like what group of 5? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I think JMU has the best resume out of all the group of 5 teams.
Yeah, I'll be honest. They punished Miami way more than the AP poll did, which says a
I
lot.
think didn't Miami get ranked 18th in the AP poll?
I thought they got ranked 16th. Maybe I'm wrong. But all right. Well, now that we've got that settled, I'm kind of interested to see what would the bracket look like. That'd be interesting.
Well, that's why I want to figure out the JMU thing. Right now, the bracket would be okay. Yeah, they're showing it. Texas and Oklahoma are the first teams out, first and second team out. So the bracket, Notre Dame's in on the bracket. Memphis is their group of 5 team. So they have Notre Dame playing as the 10th seed right now.
At BYU, that would be what the Mormons versus the Catholics.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Wait, didn't Catholics and Mormons have like a bad history?
Depends what you ask. I was gonna say I like that route.
Yeah, I mean,
A&M if they win the SEC championship, they're gonna jump IU because they're gonna finish 2. They're gonna finish
I can
second.
show this.
So if we're at 10, then I think we would be. So if we're at 10, and then of course we play a Big 12 team, we have a decent shot at. I'm saying all this shit. We need to win our next games. We need to win out. It does not matter. These rankings do not matter if we do not win out. But we're at 10. We have a decent shot at making the Final Four again. At least.
Yeah.
Because not saying that we're gonna beat A&M, like, oh, we're definitely gonna beat A&M, but it's just like once you play a team twice, you kind of get better the second time against them, and there's certain things you get better at.
Yeah. I do think if this is the bracket again, it's not going to be because this is going to change. But if this was the bracket, I really like Ohio State and Notre Dame's chances to meet again for a national championship. Like I know that's crazy because we'd have to get through BYU, but I mean I like that draw if I'm Notre Dame. I like BYU playing Indiana. I think Indiana's improved from last year, but I also think Notre Dame is still the more talented team. I think it'll be a good game. I think I would take Notre Dame in that one. And then what they're to A&M you're probably facing, I think Notre Dame could beat A&M. The only thing is I think if you're on the other side, I think the winner of Ohio State Bama is making the Natty. That's kind of where I think you could put Georgia in there, maybe.
Well, yeah, usually that's how that happens when they're the semifinals, make the national championship.
Well, fuck you. Oh man, but no, like what are you kind of in the same agreement? Like,
yeah, like it could realistically speak. Oh, Sean's down in the queue.
I'll get him.
He's screaming for you, Ryan. He's like, Ryan.
There you go.
Hey, Sean.
All right.
Fuck you, Ryan. Pay attention.
But no, I agree to I think it's gonna be Alabama, Ohio State on that side. Like maybe I think Georgia could get the upset or get the payback against Alabama. It could happen, but even then, Georgia, Ohio State,
I think the right side though can be similar to the Penn State Notre Dame, where it could be like a Notre Dame Ole Miss or a Notre Dame
I don't think Ole Miss makes it through Texas A&M.
So let me ask you this. Has anyone talked about how no group of 5 teams are ranked in the first ranking?
That is weird.
Not shocked. I said it. I don't think the group of 5 is as good this year.
Well, what's big now is Notre Dame now plays 7-1 Navy and plays a ranked Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to ask you this. Let's talk about this. I think if Texas and Oklahoma both lose to who they should lose in the coming weeks, it feels like a lock.
I don't want to jinx it, but I think I'd say right now you're 99% chance. If Notre Dame wins out, I think you're 99% likely to make the playoffs.
I mean, if Texas beats Georgia this weekend, we need to be concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Texas.
Well, my other thing with that too is if Texas loses to Georgia this weekend, it would not shock me if Georgia loses to Georgia Tech. That's a game.
If Georgia loses to Georgia Tech, I think that the committee is going to look at the NC State game, and they're also going to see an 11-2 Georgia Tech and a 10-2 Notre Dame who beat who they lost to. And I think we would be a better off than that.
That was my argument with people in the group chat when they were like, a 10-2 Michigan gets in over 10-2 Notre Dame easily.
No,
I'm like,
Here's the thing, though. This is where I think's interesting. Oregon's a one-loss team. I think they lose again. And that's where I wonder if they put a 2-loss Oregon over a 2-loss Notre Dame, because we're one spot behind them. So if they lose, they'll be behind us. So
my main thing with Oregon is I think if they lose to Iowa, it's gonna really. I think they'll lose to USC.
I think they lose to USC. If they lose to USC, Notre Dame is 100% in over Oregon.
They should be above them 100%. It shouldn't even be close.
Let's talk about how close my rankings were to this.
By the way, I still want to.
I see that edit button.
I still want to. Ari, where are you?
Come outside.
And I come outside.
The committee cares so much about head-to-head. Yeah, but you had Memphis at 12. Let's be real.
I did have I didn't have Memphis at 12.
No, I'm talking about Sean.
I had Memphis at 12, and they're 12 seeding.
Yeah, I had.
I was making a joke. I was making a joke.
By the way, can we talk about the fact that I have if you look at this, I have this exactly. If you just flip flop Oregon and Texas Tech, I have the Memphis Georgia matchups. I have BYU, Notre Dame, Virginia, and
you had
Ole
A&M
Miss.
at 1, Ryan.
I did, but I'm saying the first round matchups I called. If you just flip the 11-6 and the 10,
I technically have the first round matchups. I have Ole Miss at the same spot. I have Oregon, Texas Tech just at a different ranking area. I have Georgia versus Group of 5, and then I have Ohio State 1, Texas A&M 3, Alabama 4, and Indiana 2.
It's going to upset me if Texas beats Georgia and jumps Notre Dame.
If Texas beats Georgia, they deserve to make it. Like that, but that means that they're playing a lot better than what they've shown.
It sucks because they played Kentucky, it was Kentucky, Arkansas, and Mississippi State back-to-back weeks and barely won all of those.
That's why I just don't think I don't think we're gonna have to worry about it. I just don't think they're gonna win.
Yeah, I do think I'm surprised that then when they were making this, because obviously Virginia's not in it. They're just giving Virginia that because they're the highest ranked ACC team. I still think if you're the ACC champion and you're Virginia at 1 loss, they're going to put you ahead of Notre Dame. I think you would see them flip flop Notre Dame and Virginia's placement. Because I think the conference championship, the extra data point, playing an extra game, that's going to matter. But we were talking about this, Sean, when you were out. If obviously it's going to change because Oregon, BYU, or Texas Tech, BYU have to play. A lot of these teams there's a lot of games that have to be played. If this is the bracket, I said I like Notre Dame's chances to make it back to the national championship.
I heard until we lose to Indiana, I do think that Indiana. I'm not going to be like Ryan and be like big that. But
I don't think they're that good.
Indiana had the same talent last year, and now they suck.
Now, I'm not going to be like Ben, where I think Indiana is one of the best teams in the country, but I think our team matches up with Indiana better than 99% of the country with the trenches, with The DBs, I think we have the DBs to stop Mendoza to an extent, regardless if the defense has gotten worse. And I think we have the offense that they are not going to be able to win 51-6-2. So I think that we're one of the 3 to 5 teams that could have a really good game with them. And I think that we could definitely, I would pick us to beat Indiana. But this matchup, and then if we played A&M again, I'd pick us. It could look like a repeat to the national championship appearance. And if that happens, I'm going to go again. No, I'm kidding. I can't. I won't. I shouldn't. But my question is this, that I agree with you, Ryan. I think that the path on this side of the bracket feels easier than the left side of the bracket to an extent. Again, you see Ohio State, Alabama, and then you see A&M, Indiana, and you're like, okay. Right? Like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to ask you this. With where Notre Dame's at now, winning out, what percentage do they have to make it winning out? Now, I know you said 99%, but
I think 99%. If you beat Navy, you beat a ranked Pitt team, which, by the way, Pitt, I believe, is on a bye week this week, so Pitt's getting 2 weeks to prepare for Notre Dame, which will be interesting. So they have no opportunity to lose that ranking. I think Notre Dame wins out. I think they're good. Yeah, I think the one thing, though, like that 1% that could really screw over Notre Dame is if you have all hell break loose where you have a bid thief in the ACC title, because let's be honest, we're 3-4 weeks till the end of the season, and you have like 6 or 7 ACC teams that can play for the ACC championship because of their conference record. We could potentially see an SMU team make the ACC title and win it as a 3-loss team. Do I think that
but
happens?
then if they beat a 1-loss Virginia, I do think this year, I think the ACC now is maybe 2, depending. And there has to be scenarios for that. But the most likely avenue for the ACC right now, I think, is a 1 seed. And the biggest thing for us is the Big 12, I think, because I don't think BYU and Texas Tech make it. What I find interesting is I do think Texas Tech is better than BYU. I think where we're saved is whoever wins this one wins the championship. If Texas Tech beats BYU and they go to 1 loss, and then they beat BYU again, or if BYU beats Texas Tech and then beats them for a 3rd loss, I think we'd be fine on that extent. Because I think the committee would be like, dang, BYU couldn't beat, or Texas Tech couldn't beat BYU twice. Why should they? Right? So I think it's going to be interesting. I don't know.
I think we're forgetting a wild card here.
What would that be?
Yeah, all right.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying it's very possible BYU loses in Clifton and UC goes and beats.
Oh, I see. Tech. I think what's going to be, Cincinnati's going to upset BYU.
When Cincy makes the Big 12 championship, then I've talked about it before. I think Cincy beats Texas Tech. I don't think we beat BYU in the championship.
For a team that doesn't play anybody this year, for playing 5 teams in the initial rankings.
Who?
Notre Dame. Am I wrong? 5?
Well, now we're playing 4 teams in the actual rankings now.
4 in the actual rankings now.
Yeah.
So who are we playing? Miami, Texas
A&M, USC, and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
For playing 4 teams that are in the actual rankings, I mean, I think Pitt's a threat for the ACC.
They are.
But if we beat Pitt, and Pitt has 1 loss, right? Because they lost West Virginia.
But the Notre Dame loss wouldn't affect them in the ACC.
But that's my point. If we beat Pitt, and I understand Pitt to do it, Pitt has a tough schedule, but Pitt could beat Georgia Tech, and Pitt could beat Miami. It's not impossible. It's not likely. It probably won't happen.
I think they split it. I
don't think they make it. They split it.
Well, don't they get
but
Georgia
I think they
Tech
split it.
Don't they get Georgia Tech and Miami both at home?
You know what would be best case scenario is they lose to Georgia Tech.
Because that's their final 3 games.
I think case scenario is they lose to Georgia Tech, beat Miami, And then the committee's like, well, Notre Dame beat
beat
Pitt.
Pitt.
Right. And they would have 3 losses at that point.
Which,
The
by the
best
way,
case scenario is
I do want to put this out there. I don't think Pitt is a cakewalk victory for Notre Dame.
it's
personally.
not.
I
It's
mean,
not-
going on the road.
It can be a lot like what this BC game was, where
Yeah.
BC chewed up a lot of clock, but BC just couldn't get a stop.
Someone said Bama 4 head-to-head over 5 Georgia. Georgia 5 head-to-head over 6 Ole Miss. Texas 11 head-to-head over 12. USC 19 head-to-head over 21. Michigan 21 head-to-head over Washington. Miami 18, 8 spots behind head-to-head win over Notre Dame. Operation Kill the ACC is in full effect.
Well, one game happened week 1. Every other game happened after week 4.
Yeah.
IU head-to-head over Illinois. Ohio State head-to-head over Washington. Who gives a shit?
See, and this thing, I don't understand what.
If you rely purely on head-to-head, then Florida State would be a top team in the country. Alabama would be unranked, and Ohio State wouldn't be shit.
Ari said Notre Dame is ranked ahead of Texas and Oklahoma. It's not just Miami. I think this year's Notre Dame team is the most misranked team I've ever seen in the initial college football playoff poll in a decade.
Oh, okay. All right. So now Ari was on he was on the Notre Dame bus last year, and now all of a sudden, because he got proven wrong, he's butthurt, and now Notre Dame's overranked. All right, Ari. So
I think Ari's just a fucking idiot.
My thing would be, what I would ask Ari is, so you want Notre Dame ranked at 19? Is that really what you want to do? Because that, if you went based off of head-to-head, Notre Dame would.
Thank God they're not ranked at like 50. I said this: if they were ranked 10 or higher, I think they're at 11 or higher. I think they're a lock. 12, it's 50-50. 13 or lower, I think it's not going to happen. Being 10 was best case scenario for us this week.
Yeah, I didn't think we would be at 10 personally. I thought we would be 11 to 12. I did, and mine, but I didn't think they would. I didn't think the committee would actually do it because
why'd you do it?
Because they were.
Ryan is showing he has no integrity, but keep going.
Wait, Ryan. So, were we supposed to do what we thought they should be, or what the committee would do?
If the season ended today, what would the playoff look like? That was the thing.
So what would your playoff ranking? Same thing as what the committee would do.
It's your opinion. It's not like that's the whole point.
So if the season ended today, what would I make the playoff?
Yes. So what would your playoff?
Then I did it wrong because I thought it was what the playoff seeding would look like tonight. That's what I thought it was, and that's what I thought.
Yeah. That's why Virginia.
That's why Virginia. What were you doing, Ryan?
He was doing his opinion on what it should be.
That's what. Well, no, because I don't think Virginia is going to make it. I don't think BYU and Texas Tech are going to.
What it should be today, like tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like if the season ended today. Shout out my boy Luke Dog. And he is at 10 in the right spot. Oregon at 9 is blasphemy.
Luke, I'm going to be honest. We have good conversations in that chat, making Ryan calm down. But if Oregon loses to USC, which we'll see. If that is the loss they do have and they finish 10-2, they will be behind Notre Dame. But I think you'll lose again. I just don't know who it's going to be.
I think what they're really showing here is that Oregon's resume is just not good.
They're not valuing the Penn State win, which is good.
Good, because Penn State sucks. Yeah. And I think they're more saying, hey, you'll be beat Penn State by 3 points. I think that's what they're saying, or 6 points.
Well, and I also think
Oregon, about 6 points.
Oregon will have a chance to prove themselves. They've got at Iowa this week, who's a ranked opponent. They play Washington at the end of the year, who's a ranked opponent, and they play USC at home. Right?
I'd like someone to do the math of what teams have the most in order from 5 to the teams with 4 to 3 to 2 to 1, most ranked current teams on their schedule. I want to see what that looks like.
So I'm sure somebody's probably already got like a post about it on Twitter.
I know.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
I want to know in order, like Alabama has 5 like ranked wins. Notre Dame would be at 4. I want to see a list of
Notre Dame would, or you mean games played?
ranked teams. Like Notre Dame has 4 right now
I
on
think
the schedule.
Oklahoma might have the most
Yeah.
because they rank Tennessee. Because Oklahoma would have
Someone said
Alabama, or Tennessee might have it as well.
the Athletic
Alabama.
Stuart Mandel says, as I suspected, Notre Dame 10 is the highest ranked 2-loss team. Zero doubt they get in if they win out.
Yeah, no, it's a lock we get in if we win out because that would mean that we found a way not to move up. I think right now I fucking hate saying it because it's getting excited about something we don't deserve realistically from how we started the season. We have a chance of getting a home playoff game, but also like if we don't move, if we somehow move down to outside the playoffs, going up, winning out, like
that's an issue. That's
yeah,
what I said.
Yeah.
I would be okay if Notre Dame was outside of the top playoffs this week and missed it. I'd understand. But now that you have them in, if
now
they
you have
win
them
out,
in even you have them in above. You have them in the last team in too. You have them above the last team in. They're the second to last team in. So they're not even the first off the chopping block. That's my thing. So like if we finish if we win out, we do our job. It's just amazing.
Actually, we are last off the chopping block.
No.
Yes.
Because Virginia
is conference champion.
Oh, they're Virginia. Oh wait, that's true. Oh wait, they even rank Louisville high. I didn't pay attention to that. Yeah, we would be. Fuck it, who cares?
Yeah.
Oh. I just don't see 2 Big 12 teams getting. I think that's what my head's at.
I also think that this is the correct amount of SEC teams we get in.
4.
I think last year they had 3. I think 4 is the correct number. I think 5, depending.
5, it has to take an extreme year in the SEC. Last year they got 4. I think 4 is like their average.
Last year they got 3, didn't they?
Yeah,
Tennessee, Texas, Georgia.
Alabama, Georgia.
That was it.
No, they got another.
No, it was 3.
You're right. It was 3.
Because Alabama, Ole Miss, and South Carolina were all stacked together and missed out on the playoff.
Oh wait, no, because SMU, yeah, they do. So yeah, that's a bad year for the SEC is getting 3.
So I think 4 is their normal, and I think they'll get 4 this year.
It's like I think it's the same thing with the Big Ten. But this is a bad year for the Big Ten when it comes to teams like that. I think 3 is bad, and then 4 is normal.
FSU loss means nothing. We've taken care of business outside of losing to number 2 by 10.
FSU, isn't he an Oregon fan?
He's an
I
Oregon
think you
fan.
have to say PSU.
So,
no, the FSU loss for Bama. He's saying means nothing. They're both 1-loss teams.
I think Alabama's playing.
I'm sorry. I really hate to say it, but Week 1 games are surely proving that teams aren't as good as what they look to be Week 1. Like, look at every big win Week 1. Those teams look terrible now. LSU looks like shit. FSU looks like shit. Fucking the only team that doesn't look like shit is Ohio State.
Is that don't forget the college football playoff released a specific data that they are using for strength of schedule. It is now strength of record.
Yeah.
Also, I do want to point out, I think what the committee is saying with these first rankings, and then we'll move on to other topics. I think what the committee is saying is we're going to reward you for scheduling tough non-con games, even if you lose said games.
I mean, Notre
Dame,
all of their games.
Notre Dame, Alabama, Ohio State. I think this is showing. I mean, Texas A&M non-con. I think this is the committee saying, "Hey, Indiana, maybe next time instead of scheduling 3 FCS teams in your first 3 games, maybe don't cancel your series against Virginia. That we would give you some props for that."
But they're number 2.
But I'm saying, like, it's different because Indiana's undefeated and they beat Oregon. But you should get credit for that. And I think that's to me, that's what they're saying a lot with these rankings. Oklahoma, even though they're one of the first teams out, I think they're getting a bump because they scheduled Michigan. They beat Michigan. Michigan is
My
a
question
good
is
win.
if Oregon loses to Iowa, they'll fall below Notre Dame, but do they jump back over Notre Dame after they both beat a ranked USC and Pitt and then the last 2 games of the year?
No. If Oregon loses to Iowa, that means Oregon has a worse loss than Notre Dame.
It depends on how Miami finishes, but I think Oregon still makes it with 2 losses, but barely.
Isn't Oregon's got to be at Iowa?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Oregon already has a worse loss. They didn't tell you that, Luke Dog.
Technically, they have the best loss.
Yeah. Oregon has a 10-point loss to the number 2 team. Notre Dame has a 1-point loss to the number 3 team. But it really depends on where Iowa finishes.
Well, I don't even think it's that compare because I think the losses are close enough. I think where it's going to get Oregon is Notre Dame winning 10 straight and Oregon losing a game in the middle of a run, right at the end.
Yeah.
That's
also, what does this say about the Big Ten? Like last year,
Big Ten did not prove what we thought it would prove. That's what it said.
Am I crazy for thinking that USC? I know this is crazy because we hate them. I think they could potentially win out. Like
Good.
I don't think it's crazy, and I think that would heavily benefit Notre Dame.
Like their toughest game is Oregon.
Yeah, if they win or if they beat Oregon, like I think
that same account
went up.
That made that Notre Dame comment said Notre Dame 6-2, best win is 19 USC. Louisville 7-1, beat Miami, and their 5-spot difference with a better record.
Louisville also lost to who again?
Virginia.
Yeah, I would say
Which
that's
is
a little different.
Top.
But who Virginia lose? But we're gonna do this narrative here. Who Virginia lose to?
They lost to NC State.
And what did Notre Dame do to NC State? That's my point. They try to use this. They try to use the transitive properties, but they don't stop the transitive properties. They use it to their narrative. They'll reach for anything they can. Transitive properties does not matter.
Send me that comment, by the way, Sean. Send it to me in the group chat. I'll respond to that.
I will say. I will say this. This is actually one of my favorite reporters. She's always on the halftime show for
Nicole Auerbach.
Yeah, she said
knows ball.
Miami dropped enough that it will be able to rank Notre Dame well ahead of the Canes and not factor in the head-to-head result.
Yeah,
she's actually probably my favorite.
Dude, I'm not joking. She legitimately
knows how to beat quarters.
She knows ball. Like that's crazy.
She's a beast, man.
But she's not like people just see Notre Dame. I'm telling you this right now. If this happened to any other team in the country, no one would give a shit. But it's because it's Notre Dame, and people just want to hate on the independent school because we're doing what none of their schools can.
Well, that's what I get mad about. Is I agree with conference until it gets to the point where Oregon and Notre Dame both aren't playing in the Big Ten championship. Both are playing the same technical amount of conference games because of the ACC deal. If they're not playing in a conference championship, what's the difference between Notre Dame and Oregon's schedule? That's my thing, right?
Notre Dame has a better schedule, has a better resume right now than Oregon.
We should, hey, Ryan, since you're doing whatever you're doing, pull up the strength of record ESPN shit.
How do I do that?
Here, I got it.
ESPN, you go to their FPI, like strength of schedule, you go to their strength of record. And
Football Index, FPI. Strength of record. Strength of schedule.
How are people thinking Texas should be above Notre Dame?
So right now, Notre Dame's strength of record is 15. Texas's is 9. But strength of record right now, Oregon's is 8. But this is what I think people are looking at. They're looking at strength of schedule, which technically speaking, if we want strength of schedule, then Purdue deserves to be in. They have the number 1 strength of schedule in the country.
I think strength of record is a combining of strength of schedule mixed with how a team looks and how a team.
It's mixed with what their current rankings are, what their current like offensive efficiency and defensive efficiency, and then like what they had leading up to that game. It's a whole bunch of different shit.
You know what annoys the fuck out of me, and we gotta kind of move on because it's been 45 minutes on this. But what annoys the fuck out of me with these SEC fans are the people that'll say, "Why is Texas ahead of or why is Notre Dame ahead of Texas?" You'll bring up, you got blown out by a bad Florida team who won't make a bowl game, and the response will be, "Well, anything can happen in the SEC. It's hard to go into the swamp and beat Florida. That's a good quality, hard-fought game in the SEC." Then you bring up, well, South Florida beat Florida in the swamp. And they'll be like, well, see, the transitive property doesn't work. You can't argue with these people.
The SEC is going to let Georgia lose to Texas to get them both in. Now, I got a question with this, though, before we move on.
Yeah.
You know, Notre Dame's at 10 right now. Once a Big 12 team loses, they're going to be at 9 with 3 weeks left with a ranked win about to happen. I just don't see them falling out at that point. I think it would be atrocious. And I wanted to bring this up because I talked to my brother-in-law about this. Penn State and head-to-head didn't matter once that I remember in history was when Ohio State was 11-1. Penn State was 11-2. Yes, they had one more loss, but they had the same amount of wins. Penn State beat Ohio State and won the Big Ten. And they still got left out over Ohio State.
That was at the time when like this stuff all that and the playoffs already showed it. Unless if you had like 2 or 3 high level wins, they weren't putting you in with 2 losses. The only team that ever got close was Auburn, but then they lost in the SEC championship.
By the way, I got a repost by Ari, so I'll have to read that.
Let me read it out loud. I hope you weren't a troll.
No, I wasn't.
Ari's a fucking idiot. It doesn't really matter.
Here, I'll share.
I like the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy's chill. Ari just fucking goes on his tangents of bullshit.
Like
just fucking, he lives in the prison of bullshit on the planet of fuck.
Yeah, so
Step Brothers.
So what I told him was, I commented under his post that you guys talked about. I said, you yourself on your show said you think Notre Dame is a top 10 team. Seems like you're just upset about being wrong, about Notre Dame having to be ranked behind Miami. I don't know what you expected. Did you really expect Notre Dame to drop to 19? Just admit you were wrong and move on. I usually agree with your takes. And so his response was, I think Notre Dame is really, really good. I think Notre Dame could win multiple games in the CFP. I picked them to advance the national title game last year. My view on Notre Dame's ranking doesn't come of a place of hate. I just want teams to be ranked properly. And if it wasn't your favorite team, you'd be like, what the fuck, too? It doesn't make sense. No.
The problem is that you wouldn't give a shit if it wasn't Notre Dame. Stop it. Just admit. I can admit it. I hate USC. If tomorrow morning San Andreas fault line breaks open, the USC campus goes in the middle of the ocean, I fucking cheer. I'm not going to lie to you. But, oh my God, you keep trying to play this shit of, oh, well, if it wasn't your favorite team, you wouldn't care. Like, shut the fuck. If it wasn't Notre Dame.
My question is, why are they upset about Notre Dame at 10, but not Texas at 11? Because I think if you're arguing that's bad, you could argue that's just as atrocious.
Because it doesn't fit his narrative. It doesn't fit the narrative he's been pushing. He's a pencil pusher. That's what they do.
Do you think the media is going to control what the committee thinks with all of this?
No, I think the committee has shown a lot that they don't give it. They care more about what they see on the field. If they cared what the media thought, Notre Dame would be ranked, I think, 13 or 12 right now. So
the biggest outliers in the poll from the AP to the college football playoff, the winners, Not ranked to 20 is Iowa. Utah 17-13. Texas 13-11. And Pitt not ranked to 24. Losers, Memphis 22 to not ranked, entire group of 5. Oregon 6-9. Missouri 19-22. Virginia 12-14. And Tennessee 23-25. So why is Tennessee ranked? But it's all right. Yeah, I mean, I think these rankings actually aren't terrible.
Which, by the way, like, again, he's getting ratioed. If you want to go to this book, he's getting ratioed in the comments.
I'm not going to troll him.
I'm not going to troll him, but he is getting ratioed right now, which is kind of crazy. You have a Bama fan on there, by the way, said.
And the college football playoff chair emphasized that preseason and other polls do not matter to the selection committee. He said,
But
I
even
don't know what the AP poll is or was.
Even a Bama fan commented on this and said, I'm a Bama fan, and I hate ND, and their ranking makes sense to me. So it's not just Notre Dame fans, but yeah, we've had our fun with that. But let's get to our other topics real quick before we get into that. A message from our guy, Mark.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
Thank you for that, Mark. Now let's go ahead and
Oklahoma
get to
fans are fucking idiots. Okay, go ahead.
Let's get to our next topic. Let's kind of be sort of brief with it, I guess. So Notre Dame obviously played BC this past weekend, and safe to say it's probably our worst game of the season. And we found a way to win by 15. Sad, but we needed a Jeremiah Love Heisman moment run to kind of seal the deal in this one. What were your guys' thoughts on this game?
I was never nervous. My friends kept asking me, if your blood's boiling, but the missed extra points and field goals away, like it would be a different game. And my friend kept telling me, like, he's a Virginia fan. Virginia's up by like 3 scores at the half. Notre Dame's barely beaten Boston College. I said a game's not decided in a half. And then it took Virginia to get a pick six with like no time left to win. And then Notre Dame won by more than they won by. So it's a rivalry game. The extra point thing. I think the biggest thing for me was technically Notre Dame played 3 quarters of football. They had an 11-minute drive, and they just went down the field. And because on second down, they would get it to 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, it made it easy to convert. It's good football, but they wasted so much clock that I think that if that didn't go away, that would have changed it. And then I do think that if that pick six call stood, or if there was something like I think that the score is a little deceiving, but I do think it was our worst game. Defensively, I thought we looked fine. Great settling in with it past the 50-yard line. Offensively, I just really think the special teams is what cost us. You add 2 extra points and you add a field goal, you're up 20
30. Yeah.
30. So
I also think I saw a lot of people in this game bitch about the offense. when realistically, I thought the offense played very well.
Yeah,
The
they're
problem
very
is
impressive.
Boston College limited possessions. They had that one drive that it felt like went on for 20 minutes where they just kept getting 2 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards. And they did
Wasted
that on
40
purpose.
seconds. They literally waited to snap when it was like 2
Yeah.
seconds left on the play clock. Like
Yeah.
that's like me and EA college football, to be honest.
And I think they
Yeah.
started doing that when Boston College realized, oh shit, we can't actually stock the box because EJ Carr is going to kill us, which he did twice. I think they realized for us to have a chance in this game, we have to play time of possession, ball control, and shoe clock.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of why the offense the scoring looked bad. Plus, you had the special teams issues. And then on top of that, you had Darian Price fumble on the goal line, which
I'm glad this happened now than later.
Yeah. Price has a fumbling issue for whatever reason. I don't know why. But I do think I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned about the kicking situation because
It
Freeman
reminds me
talked
of
about
last
it.
year.
No, that we at least could make a PAT last year. Freeman talked about it like he thinks it's more mental than physical, which that's worse because mental is something you can't fix. If it was something physical, you could.
Well,
I
you
don't know
could
where you go
fix it.
from
I
here.
just think it's harder.
Do you just stick with Burnett going
Yes.
forward, or do you? You got to pick somebody. I feel like. I mean, what do you guys think about like what should we do?
So this happens a lot in basketball with free throw shooters. What you do is, I understand it's a little different because kicking is a lot more draining than shooting a free throw. They're not allowed to leave the field until they make 10 field goals from certain spots. 3 of them PATs, and this has to be 10 straight. 3 and this every practice until the game. 3 from PAT, 3 from 40, 3 from 45, and 1 from 50. They have to, until they do that, they're not allowed to leave practice. If that means they have to do it throughout 3 hours, do it throughout 3 hours. They should not be doing anything else for that.
Yeah, if it continues, if you're a Freeman, at what point do you just say fuck it? We're just going to go for 2 every single time. I guess it's not ideal.
I don't think PAT is going to be as much of an issue. I think where it's going to be an issue is you could see it in the playoffs or against Pitt or against Navy. We're in the red zone and it's 4th and 5 and going for it. And I think that could cost us games.
But you'd probably have a better shot to convert 4th down than you would kicking a field goal with how
but
everything's
if you
been
don't get it,
right
you
now.
lose points. I mean, points.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think Noah Burnett is a good kicker. When he was healthy this year, he was pretty much automatic. You saw him make the 48-yarder against Miami in a critical moment. He made critical field goals against A&M. Then I'm blaming Tyler Buckner for this. That snap happens. He gets hit on that play, and Burnett gets injured. I think Burnett's more of his hip injury. And then on top of that, I feel like maybe we rushed him back too soon, and he's been missing kicks that he doesn't usually miss, and now it's a mental thing on top of his injury. So, it's already too late in the season to be like, well, all right, Noah, go rest. We don't need you. Get healthy, get your mind right, and come back because you need him to be able to make kicks against Navy and Pitt. So I'm very concerned about that. Outside of that, I didn't hit the panic button like a lot of people did after this game. I want to say it was Mike Golick who posted after this game on Twitter. And it's crazy that we're sitting here. CJ Carr threw for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, played a fantastic game. Jeremiah Love ran for $150 and 2 touchdowns, including a 96-yard touchdown. And we're sitting here complaining about a 15-point win against Boston College.
Yeah, you still won by 2 scores. Won by 2 scores. You beat every game by 2+ scores. I think you're fine. Will Fong said on Twitter, off topic before we continue, that Notre Dame could find itself hosting a playoff game, like Ben said. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, people talk about the brand of Notre Dame helping. I think it's more so the fact that when you have a Heisman running back that's exciting to watch, I think that's helping too.
Ratings definitely play somewhat of a part. I also think, and I, as a college football fan, this is wrong, and I don't think they should do it. I think it's part of why Ohio State's number one, and I think it's part of why Notre Dame is where they are. It's not all of it, but I think it plays a role. I think Notre Dame's getting a benefit of the doubt of what they did last year when everybody was like, this team lost to NIU, and they made it all the way to the national championship. And we're in a game in a fourth quarter against the national champions.
Yeah,
I think that they get, I think that's still fresh in people's minds, just like it's still fresh in people's minds that Ohio State ran through everybody in the playoff like it was nothing and won a national championship. And until they get beaten and it's proven otherwise, they're going to be the number one team.
And they should.
Yeah.
Ben,
So-
talk about the Boston College game.
It was. I'm sorry, I've been arguing with Oklahoma fans on Twitter this whole time. But Boston College. That's a game that we have to win by more. We're not going to lie. But acting like Boston College had a realistic chance after that first drive of the second half, like we can't really treat it like that. It's one of those things where Boston College was playing keep away, and that's why it was so close. I keep saying people say, like, "Oh, it was a dogfight into the third quarter." Like it really wasn't. Boston College, they got in the red zone. They got a lucky face mask penalty that was non-existent.
And we got a lucky roughing the passer penalty.
But we got a first down, that roughing the passer penalty. Boston College turned the ball over on downs.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like people be like, "Oh, it's the worst roughing the passer of all time." Like that's a give back that we didn't really even need because we got the first down to play anyway. So
Yeah. The one before that I saw people bitch about, that was definitely roughing the passer. The first one where Carr got absolutely hit. Like that one, I don't know why.
The one after the face mask was not roughing the passer.
Yeah, that one wasn't. Yeah.
I think too that people. I think ESPN hates Notre Dame.
Dude, listening to Brock Osweiler call this fucking game. Dude, I don't know. Dude was
You're a Broncos fan. You should love them.
Dude was sucking off Boston College.
I just think it's funny that I think they're jealous of the NBC deal and they take advantage of. How did Notre Dame's chances go from like 40% to 27 after Miami lost when they were 8, 9, and 10 all lost? Like,
and by the way, can we talk about the fact that during that broadcast they said Notre Dame's fighting for their playoff lives 30 times? Oh, and Boston.
Well, they're not wrong.
Well, you would have thought Boston College was winning the game with how they were calling the game. It was just like very annoying. They were talking about
we
glazing.
never once trailed, right?
No, they were glazing the Boston College defense.
I mean, BC is a very bad team. Very, 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 very bad team.
Yeah, like I don't. We got like the D crew, the D plus crew for our game. On ESPN.
Well, yeah, they were throwing all their money at fucking Virginia Cal.
Yeah.
Shootout.
Does Virginia lose?
I think
they lose in the ACC. I think Louisville wins the ACC. Isaac Brown's just a dog. And Virginia doesn't do well against ranked teams.
Any final thoughts on the Boston College game?
Just win every fucking game. I do not give a shit how many we win by.
I care. Win every game by multiple scores.
All right. Next up, we got the Notre Dame Navy game that I will be at this weekend. It is the 98th meeting all time.
Ryan hates America. Oh, keep going.
Weirdly enough, so somehow USC Notre Dame is the oldest intersectional rivalry in college football, but Notre Dame Navy is the longest intersectional rivalry in college football. The only reason that is because Navy and Notre Dame have played one more game than Notre Dame USC. I don't know. I'm assuming something with the World War or something like that probably happened, and Notre Dame USC didn't get to play 1 year.
In COVID.
Oh, COVID. Yeah, COVID too. But yeah, so 7-1 Navy heads into Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 26.5-point favorite at home. The over/under is 56.5. These odds are presented by our friends over at Novig. Make sure you go if you want to go ahead and get these odds. Go over to Novig and sign up using code VOCFBND. Make sure you guys are 21 years or older. And if you have a gambling problem like our guy Ben, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Get yourself some help.
Fuck Florida basketball.
All right. How do we feel about this one? Any concerns with Chris Ash facing triple option for the first time in his career? I think Freeman talked about it in his press conference. Every first-year DC at Notre Dame and other places always struggle with Navy and the triple option.
A lot of the players have already played against them, though. So.
Yes, but Freeman, his first year as DC at Cincinnati, gave up record-breaking numbers on the ground to that Navy team. Al Golden, remember his first year in 22, Navy scored 30 points, ran for over 200, almost came back and won.
I'm more nervous about seeing the team adjust back to playing a normal ranked pit after playing the option than going to play the option. Like, I'm more nervous of the effect of having a week where you have to play against the option than going back to playing normal football.
This is, by the way, this is not true. Miami is properly.
Everyone's allowed to have opinions, even fucking idiots. Like, it's fine.
I don't think it's a bad opinion.
Freedom of speech is a thing. We're allowed to let people use it.
I don't necessarily disagree because I value head to head. I do. So I don't.
You can't lose to bad teams and still hang your hat on head to head.
I mean, bad teams. I mean, they lost to Louisville.
SMU.
That's one, right?
But that's a way worse loss than anything.
So do you think that's what evens out?
So here's my thing. I think personally, Oklahoma should be in front of Texas. I think Notre Dame should be in front of Miami. Here's my reasoning why. If you have a bad loss, like Texas losing by 2 scores to a bad Florida team, that cancels out head to head for me. Those two things cancel out, and then you're basically the same. And at that point, I think you're going based off of whatever else is on your resume. Notre Dame has a better. I'd say if you take away the head to head, right, and Miami doesn't even come close to Notre Dame's resume. They don't have a USC win. Their next best win is South Florida, a 2-loss G5 team that's not ranked. Like it's, yeah. I just think we hang our hat. You hang your hat on head to head when both teams are similar, both resumes are similar. They're not. Notre Dame has them beat in strength of record, strength of schedule, has more ranked opponents on their schedule. Like it's not close. That's the problem.
And my main thing with this is you look at, and I'm more saying this because it's a conversation on Twitter. I'm hearing Oklahoma fans say that they should be ranked above Notre Dame. And they're like, oh, Notre Dame doesn't have any good wins. USC would be Oklahoma's best win on their schedule. USC would be Miami's best win besides Notre Dame on their schedule. If you took out Notre Dame and put USC, that would be their best win. What?
What's Oklahoma's technical best win?
They're saying it's Tennessee.
And Tennessee's 25.
Yeah, and USC's 19.
Yeah.
Or 18. So here's my thing, right? I told this Oklahoma fans too. Michigan would probably be their best win. Michigan's their best win. That's USC's best win. USC beat Michigan by 3 touchdowns. Oklahoma beat them by 10. And both games were at home. I think USC probably beat Oklahoma. That's just my opinion, but I think
it'd be a good game.
I think SEC fans get too caught up in their schedule is so hard because it gets propped up. Like Tennessee, they have no business being ranked. What's Tennessee's best win?
Their best win is Mississippi State.
Who's
Barely.
5-4.
No, they're 4-5 actually.
No, they're 5-4.
Oh, 5 and 4.
It's their only win above a team above 500.
Yeah.
Tennessee, and this is my thing. Tennessee gets the bullshit of, oh, well, they played really well against Georgia. They played 3 quarters against Alabama. They're putting their ranking Tennessee high. It's just the SEC bias. That's the only reason Tennessee is high.
Like Tennessee realistically has no resume to be ranked. Like if we're just being honest.
No, like
Where's Vanderbilt?
16.
16.
And that's where I think with them having 2 losses, they won't jump Notre Dame.
I think them telling you now that multiple 2-loss SEC teams are not ahead of Notre Dame.
They're not going to jump. The only way, because realistically, us beating Pittsburgh is just as good as Vandy beating Tennessee. The only way Vandy jumps us is if Missouri somehow makes the playoffs.
Yeah.
Won't happen.
Which is not happening.
And I think the only way Texas and Oklahoma jump us, they have to win out. Like that's the only way that happens.
So,
if Texas and Oklahoma lose one game, you're done. You're out.
Texas
I'm not going to lie to you. If Oklahoma and Texas win out, they deserve to make it in above us.
Yeah, well, yeah.
A lot better round they played.
Yeah.
But then there's a route where we both make it though.
Like if Texas, here's my thing. If Texas beats Georgia this weekend, they jump to 9. Notre Dame stays 10. Loser of BYU Texas Tech falls below us.
Well, Georgia probably falls below us too. Georgia probably falls down to 12.
Georgia gets in with 2 losses with us or over us.
You got to look at it. They're not above. By the next rankings, they are not above us. Georgia's not.
Georgia will make it with 2 losses.
They'll make it with 2 losses, but I'm saying the next rankings, if Georgia loses this weekend, they will not be above us at all. Because that means
Georgia have remaining on their schedule.
They have Texas and Georgia Tech, and then they have UMass
I was really hoping that Georgia would lose last week when they were down to who are they losing to?
Florida.
If they lost that game, it pretty much would guarantee 100%, no matter what Notre Dame's making it, because it would guarantee Texas or Georgia's out and the others back in. Like,
here's my thing, right? And this will be the final thing we'll say on this, and so we can kind of get to the game. Me and Ben talked about this before you hopped in. If Miami would have lost to a ranked team, right? I think like 2 ranked teams close, then they would have the argument with the head-to-head. You can't lose to bad teams. We saw it last year with Alabama. The committee's going to punish you pretty severely for bad losses.
We lost to a bad team.
But the thing is, we lost to a bad team in week 2 and continued to win and dominate everybody, and we didn't lose again to another bad team. Miami, we were on an upward trajectory. Miami is on a downward trajectory.
What if Miami wins out?
They shouldn't get in. They're not going to play. Even if they win out, if Virginia wins out, Louisville wins out, you're not playing for the ACC title. You're not getting it.
Would you be mad if Miami at 10-2 got in over at Notre Dame at 10-2?
Yes, I would. I would think that you're telling us right now that Notre Dame is 8 spots better than Miami.
If they had Miami above Notre Dame right now, I wouldn't be mad. But now that they have Notre Dame above Miami, I would be.
And also, like their schedule, they have they play Pitt, Virginia Tech. Who's their other game? They play somebody else.
Miami?
Yeah.
Don't they play Clemson?
No.
Clemson, boo-boo.
But yeah, they play at Virginia Tech and at Pitt in the year.
They play NC State, and then they said they were home against Syracuse this week, home against NC State, then finish the year at Virginia Tech at Pitt.
Personally, I think that's going to handle itself. I don't know about you guys. I don't think Miami wins out. So
they might. They really could.
They could.
I don't know. I'm not going to say anything because I didn't think Miami was going to lose 2 games, and yeah.
No. All right. So let's get back to this one. What are our thoughts on the spread and the over/under? I know Ben is our resident gambling junkie. How do we feel about the money line and the spread and the over/under on this?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, one moment. So was it 26.5?
Yeah.
I got it at 28.5. I actually took the Navy plus 28.5. I just feel like this is gotta be one of those games where Notre Dame, they're not gonna try to do anything too crazy. I think their main goal is just gonna be out there showing that they're better than Navy. I don't think this is gonna end up being like how last year's Navy game where Navy turned the ball over a shit ton and we were turning shit for touchdowns and that crap like that. I would take under 56.5 though. I definitely see this game ending like 30-10 or 35-10, something like that. If you like Notre Dame at 26.5, that's not a terrible pick either. I'd probably, looking at it now, I'd probably take that. Because you'd be cutting close with just the fourth touchdown lead.
Yeah. Me personally, also forgetting the PAT issue.
Oh yeah,
I think
I fucking love the bet because I don't know if we're gonna make a fucking PAT.
I don't think we're gonna miss any PATs this game.
You
See,
want
Sean
to put 75 grand on it because if we have that, we could buy out every kicker's contract.
I wonder what it would be Notre Dame not to miss extra points betting.
the odds, yeah, dude. Put $5 on it. Fuck
Bro,
yeah.
you might be able to buy fucking national championship tickets. I bet you the odds of that shit's crazy.
I do think I think Notre Dame's gonna win kind of in similar fashion to last year. If you watched the Navy North Texas game last week, Navy couldn't stop the run to save their life. If you can't stop the run against North Texas, who by the way is a pass first team, what are you going to do when you face Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, and the best rushing offense in college football? I expect Jeremiah Love to have another big game on the ground, over 100 plus yards, maybe 2 touchdowns. CJ Carr, I think, is going to have another great performance. I think Notre Dame covers that 26.5 easily. Sean, what do you think?
I think Notre Dame covers or wins by more than 26.5, beats the spread. I think we win this by a lot, man. A night game against Navy is not all common.
Yeah,
So
I like it. Like we got 3 home night games this year.
is there a
That's like
chance that game day is at Pitt next week?
It'd be awesome if it was. I'd probably not.
Who's next week that would get it over?
Oklahoma, Alabama.
Yeah, they love the SEC. They love the SEC, man.
It would be awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it would be awesome, but I don't see it happening.
Okay, score predictions. What do we think the final score of this one will be?
Notre Dame 45-17.
Notre Dame 35, Navy 10.
All right, I'm going
Notre Dame 36. We're gonna miss an extra point.
If they were at
All right.
36, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
They score 34 points off touchdowns and a field goal, and then they get a touchdown to make it 36, and then they miss the extra point.
I'm going Notre Dame 40, Navy 13. I was
thinking 35.
Yeah. 40-13. I agree with Ben. I think Notre Dame misses 2 PATs, and that's why we get to 40.
We're fucking betting on Notre Dame to miss PA. Oh my god,
That's ridiculous.
We're a terrible fan base. We're all gonna burn in hell next to fucking Jerry Sandusky.
Jesus. All right, let's get to our final topic and get out of here. We'll do our top 25 pick'ems. Let me get this off here real quick. All right. So, first things first. Northwestern at USC. Any chance Northwestern pulls off the upset in this one?
No.
I'm going USC in this one.
Northwestern, fuck USC.
Jesus. All right. Tulane at Memphis. Sean?
What?
Memphis.
Oh, Tulane. Oh,
Tulane at Memphis. Yeah.
give me Memphis. I thought you said something else.
Oh yeah. Give me Memphis in this one. Indiana
Copying
at
us.
Indiana at Penn State. Penn State could do the funniest thing.
Indiana.
You know you want to take Penn State.
It would be so funny. Fuck it, we don't care. Penn State, baby, $25 a ticket. They're gonna pack it out.
You know what? Give me the Fighting Jerry Sandusky's.
No, fuck you. I'm taking IU. I'm changing my pick. Changing my pick.
You think Penn State's going to beat Indiana?
I think they're gonna do it. Yeah, I think they're gonna do the funniest
Okay.
shit.
I'm changing my pick to IU. I'm changing my pick to IU.
All right. Georgia at Mississippi State.
I thought Georgia played Texas this week.
No.
Give me Georgia.
I don't know what idiot is doing the fucking books for this game, but Georgia's only a 7.5 point favorite. Hammer the fuck out of that. Give me Georgia.
Yeah, give me the Bulldogs. I know they're both Bulldogs, but give me the red and black ones. All right. BYU at Texas Tech.
That's a very tough one. I think Texas Tech is better than BYU. I just think that. Can y'all pick first on this one?
I'm going Texas Tech.
I'm going
I don't
BYU. I don't think Tech's quarterback's good. It's down to their backup. I don't trust in them. Give me BYU.
I think Texas Tech is the best team in the Big 12.
So you're going Texas Tech?
Yeah.
All right. Ohio State at Ohio State.
Hey, what the fuck are we doing?
I'm joking. I'm fucking joking. All right.
Sean's pissed. He didn't get daylight savings. He's pissed.
Yeah.
All right. Texas A&M.
Keep going.
Texas A&M at Missouri.
A&M.
Give me A&M. Stop it.
Give me Missouri. Give me Missouri.
I could see it.
I can see it. That's my thing.
Oregon at Iowa.
I'm going to pick Oregon.
I'm going to take the Hawkeyes in the upset.
I'm taking Oregon.
All right.
I don't think they lose yet.
Syracuse at Miami. Syracuse has the opportunity to do the funniest shit ever for the
won't.
second
They're
year in a
really
row.
Miami.
I'll take Miami.
Fran Brown.
All right.
Give me Syracuse.
Wake Forest at Virginia.
Virginia.
Wake Forest is a really good team. I'm going to take the Demon Deacons in this one.
I think I'm going to pick Wake Forest. They should have beaten Georgia Tech, and they beat us.
Cal at Louisville. That's just another sneaky one.
Louisville.
I'm going Louisville in that one too.
I'm going Louisville, but 20.5 is insane. I'm taking Cal on the spread on that one, but I'm going Louisville to win it.
All right.
20.5's insane. Whoever made that's going to get fired.
Our final game of this week, LSU at Alabama.
Oh, my gosh. Give me Alabama.
Yeah,
I don't
give
think
me
it's going to
Bama.
be close.
Give me the Tide. Big. Ben, just stop. You're not taking LSU.
Give me LSU, baby. Let's go win weeks.
Lane Kiffin's future son-in-law.
Son-in-law.
All right. Well, that has been our top 25 pick'ems for this week. Appreciate all 586 people that tuned in tonight. It's been a long
Man,
show.
I thought I didn't have anything to do with my life. 586 people tuned in. And we still get paid, Sean. We still get paid. We're slaves.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, Ryan's an asshole. I said, give
if
me
you-
a few minutes and then he starts
Yeah.
it.
Ryan uses his whip on us, just
Yeah.
fracks on our backs.
That's wild.
Jesus. All right. Anyways, for all you 586 people watching, make sure you go over to the Voice of College Football Notre Dame YouTube channel. Drop a sub, like, comment. We go live every single Tuesday night at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Central. As always, guys, stay safe and go Irish.
Goodbye.